Hey, welcome to the final episode of the adventure series. I am super stoked to be doing this with you. And yes, this is going to be an exciting one, I hope, and that you have learned a lot so far from what we have been talking about. Right. Now, today we are going to be, I really saved the best for last. It could have been the first, but I think it suited being the last one of the four episodes. So we are going to talk about the traveler's mindset. Yes, we've talked about, are you ready? We have talked about the fellowship, and we just really just defined what adventure is about, to expect the unexpected and all this. And yes, to have shenanigans on your way. But what is the traveler's mindset? You might be like, you know what, Hannah, me, I'm just chill at home. I like to watch my TV. I like to be safe. But is that what life is all about, really, my friend? If you're going to be listening to this, I would think that there is more that you can offer yourself and the world by exploring and going on an adventure. So we're going to talk about what is the traveler's mindset. So there's things that in life you have to have in order to succeed, whether you like it or not. And you've been doing some of these things ever since you're a baby. Whether you like it or not, there's some of them that are already you did, and I'm going to remind you in case you forgot or you think, oh yeah, right. So the first one is curiosity, then listening and learning, then being off the beaten path, and then gratitude at every turn. So the first two, you can't help it. They're going to happen. How they happen, the extent they happen, of course, will differ from person to person because, hey, we are different. So some people are a bit more curious than others. Others listen better, others learn better. Then the last two, those are the conscious effort. There's effort in those where you have to really put in extra work in them. But let's talk about curiosity. Every one of us, most of us, have gone through terrible twos. If you're watching this and understanding what I'm saying, you're probably old enough to know that you are no longer a child. You've gone through, but you went through terrible twos. There was a time you exhausted your key caretaker, whether it was your mom, your aunt, your grandma, with questions. And that's what travel is about. Travel is about answering some questions. They could be internal questions. They could be questions about the world, questions about things that you are not understanding. And it's good to have a healthy dose of curiosity. It helps with wonderment, just appreciating creation. If you lack curiosity, you are somehow saying that, yeah, you know enough in the world, but is that ever possible? Or you might have curiosity, but you are afraid to ask because you think people might laugh at you. But I think that if you're going to live life adventurously, it's okay to be curious, but not only curious, to ask the questions of things that you don't understand. And yes, you might not know which right people to ask, but believe me, you can make an investigation. You can find out. If I want to change my career, who do I ask? If I want to start a family, who do I ask? Be curious. Be curious and have questions that help you with life. Unfortunately, a lot of us stumble into things because we are either too proud or afraid to show how curious we are. We lose that childlike mindset of, oh, what is this? And it should, I think, it should always be there. It's one of my strongest opinions. I am one person who asks questions. I ask. It's good. And even some things that you think you knew, I would suggest you rethink them. Do you really, the stuff that you think you know, is it really as it is? Or there's a new perspective, there's a new discovery, there's more information to add to what you know. So curiosity for me is a big, big mindset for the traveler. Know where you want to go, what is available, what are the options. So when you go on a holiday, like what are the options? What foods do they serve? What activities do they offer? If you live like that, you can also have an adventurous life. Then listening and learning. And I think in all my sessions, you are going to hear that I will tell you that I belong to the Religious Society of Friends, aka Quakers. One of the things I learned, the biggest lesson I've learned from Quakers is to listen. And listen with an open heart. Listen sometimes and find out what the message requires of you. So I am one person, and I'm still a work in progress, who listens to reply. Like, I want to fix it. I've got that. It comes with the personality of being an INTJ, right? So INTJs, we want to fix things. When we hear something, we want to offer a solution. That's our instinctual thing to do. And yes, you can go and do Myers and Briggs. I am not sponsored by them, but 16 personalities is a good test for personality. It helps you understand yourself more and even others. When you do it, you then understand, oh, this is why I react the way I do sometimes. And then you kind of adjust it. So I have now learned, and as part of taking life as an adventure, is after that curiosity part, you listen. When people give you directions, listen. And when you listen, ask yourself, are they giving me directions because they know? Or are they just giving me the directions just because I asked? Because there are some people who will give you directions because they just feel like, oh, you asked, so there they are. Some people are afraid of saying, sorry, I don't know. Then there are people who give directions without your asking, unsolicited advice. Why don't you do this so that this can happen? Again, alignment. I think we spoke about alignment in the other podcast, right? So are these directions that I'm getting from someone align with my spirit, with my values, with what I'm able and capable of delivering, or what goes with the adventure that I want in my life? Listen. Listening is an internal activity. 2 ears. So information gets in. And when we say listen, it doesn't mean, and I know when being an African child, ukanzi terera. Listening is associated with doing what has been said from the listening, but that's not the case. That's not the case. So you can listen to somebody, but do you have to do the things that they have said you must? Now you need the learning part, the discernment part. That is when you then say, oh, okay, I've heard you. I listened, but this is nonsense. Or, wow, I never saw it this way. Or, this is great. This is brand new information. Or, I've been rejecting this for a while, but maybe I should really take it into consideration. And learning then means you internalize what will help you, what will be of benefit to you and to the people around you. And as a traveler, as a person who wants to be adventurous, you need to learn, right? So if, for example, I remember one of the things I've been on camps, and I can't believe I've neglected to share this. When I was a child, my mom was a single parent, right? So she used to, over the holidays, and now I'm thinking about it, maybe she just wanted to save food. But I used to love it anyway, didn't care. I loved going to camps, and I've been to so many camps. I think I can count up to maybe 18 camps in my entire life, excluding my personal retreats, which I've taken myself on. That would make it almost 20s or something. But I think on 4 camps, we were taught how to make knots, like sailor knot, when we're making a raft. And honestly speaking, I still need lessons in those knots. I just think I remember just the sailor's knot. I don't remember any other. But there were other things that I learned that stuck with me. I learned how to do archery, I learned how to interact with people, even though I can sometimes be socially awkward. In as much as I am great at public speaking and I have now achieved distinguished Toastmasters, sometimes I can be awkward with people, but camps really helped me with that. And when you listen and learn, you probably I think that it reduces the probability of you getting lost. Of course, things can happen that might come along the way and take you off the path, and we're going to talk about it right now. But listening and learning helps. It reduces those chances of you getting lost and you making the same life mistakes that other people have. So when people tell you about something that they did and they're telling you, don't go up. When you see a hill over there, we suggest you go round, because when we went up, we found ourselves at the and so you now know, oh, okay, instead of going up, I'm going to go around. And you do that and you save time. And yeah, your journey, in as much as sometimes, yes, getting lost might be fun, but you might then miss out on doing the important things. Remember the essentials? We talked about essential things, but there's also essential activities. So you might then miss out on doing the essential things that you would have traveled for because you lose time. And remember, time is no man's friend or woman. Then going off the beaten path. So the biggest adventure of life is not doing things the way other people have done it. Yes, you can live life all your life. There are some people who have lived life according to the societal script. If you've listened to me speaking before, you might know my also famous speech, "Oh no, society, not today." This is, sometimes you need to do that for your own soul, for your own gratification. Leave the road. Don't always be that person of, okay, yeah, there's a tar road here, I'm going to use it, this is it, life is, there's nothing beyond this. Sometimes you need to pave your own way. Go, just be like, oh, there's a forest or there's a desert, whatever it is. Be adventurous, try something new. You might fall, you might get lost, but in doing all that, you will learn something about yourself and also about other people, because there are people who are so afraid all they do is just hold you back. And if you had gone off that beaten path, you might have discovered something so big, so phenomenal, that you can go back to the people that you left on the normal path and say, hey, there's something, come, I found an oasis, or I found a spring, there's something. If you use this place, there's no road, but it leads to somewhere amazing. Yeah, I know this one is a big one. It takes bravery for people to leave the scripted path. People think, yeah, you have to be a child, you finish school, you go to university, you get married, you get a good job, you drive a car, have a house, and then you die old. That's not how the reality works. It's a script, yeah, but there's gonna be other things that come along that you should be like, ooh, what's that? And it's good to take a chance on yourself sometimes. Then, the last thing about a traveler's mindset is gratitude at every turn. Be thankful for everything. Sometimes you get blisters on your feet, you get mosquitoes biting your face and other weird places. Your fellowship might, like Freud's fellowship of people, might actually let you down, and you might have to go a stretch all by yourself. Your food might run out. Sometimes you get to a place after getting off the beaten path, you go and then boom, there's this big mountain and you have no climbing kit. Now you have to go back and say to people, well, I went off the beaten path and there was nothing there. There's not always an oasis. Whatever the situation might be, have gratitude at every turn. Because gratitude is that one thing that helps a person on their life journey. It lubricates all the difficult parts and makes those parts movable. So be thankful. Be thankful actually that you are on the journey and that you've got something. You've got fellowship. You've got time. You could actually pack. And as far as I'm concerned, if you're able to watch this on any YouTube channel or on a smartphone, on your laptop, wherever you watch it, it means that you have capabilities that a lot of people don't have. A lot of people are not going to be able to watch Hannah on a screen because they can't even afford data or just the gadget. Not only afford, they don't even have anyone that they know who has it. Because some people are going to share like, oh, look at this lady. This is interesting. So have gratitude at every turn. And it's not always easy. Believe me, I know. Sometimes I get to a point and I'm like, what am I doing on this journey? And where is God in all of this? Where is who this person was supposed to help me? Why is this person not seeing my pain? I've got expectations that were not met. And believe me, one of the biggest people you might beat yourself up, or you might beat on the journey of life, on the adventure, this big adventure is yourself. You will look at yourself and sometimes you'll come off as inadequate. You'll be like, I can't climb this mountain. I'm too fat. I'm not fit. I don't have the right mindset. If you have gratitude, you will stop and say, okay, I can do 500 meters for the next 7 days. That's what I can do. Or, you know what? This is as far as I can go, but I'm going to look for help. People are going to help me. And you are grateful that you have people that you can reach out to and they can help you. So my lovies, I hope that these 4 items, there's a whole lot of other things that I can help you teach when we go on retreat. Particularly, pardon me, the ones that have sleepovers. We can talk about that and experience what an adventure is all about. So sweethearts, I hope that wherever you are, whatever time it is, Maskati Maneru, Mangwanani, which is afternoon, evening, or morning, that you can look at your life differently from this point onwards. Think about your life as an adventure. If it's the adventure that was enforced on you, maybe you need to start thinking, I need to change. And if you're like, Hannah, I lack the confidence of changing, then hey, you are listening to the right person. I can help you rediscover the points of confidence or where you lost it. Where did you lose your confidence? And we gonna find it together. So as always, and I say always, I give you this message from my heart to yours. Love and light. Mwah.